If you've ever wanted to stream in 4K without any lag and do it without a PC, meet the ZowieBox, a tiny NDI HX3 certified encoder decoder might just be a game changer for streamers and content creators. It's essentially an all-in-one streaming box that can capture your video, broadcast it over the network or direct to YouTube or Twitch, record your footage, and even play back streams to a TV. In this video, we're going to break down what the ZowieBox is, its key features like HDMI pass-through and NDI support, how to set it up, its performance, some honest limitations, and real use cases for creators. So let's dive in. But before we get started, like this video, hit the subscribe button, and consider joining the channel. Channel members get exclusive access to Filmmaker Alchemy, behind the scenes lessons and insights into the business of video production. Learn how to turn your content into gold. What is the ZowieBox? Well, the ZowieBox is basically a 4K HDMI video encoder and decoder rolled into one, with built-in network streaming smarts. In plain terms, it's a hardware device that takes an HDMI video source, like your gaming console, PC, or camera, and streams or sends it out over the network in high quality with no computer required. It's housed in a sleek, small aluminum box, literally smaller than a smartphone, yet it's packed with pro features. The device even has a tiny LCD screen to show your streaming status and a bright tally light that indicates when it's on air, which is a nice touch if you're using it in a multi-camera setup. Essentially, ZowieBox is like having a capture card, streaming PC, and NDI converter all in one portable unit. It's designed to be user-friendly and versatile, so both tech-savvy streamers and those who don't want to fuss with complex gear can get use out of it. If you're a streamer or content creator who wants flexibility, such as streaming from your console, sending a camera feed to a production, or recording gameplay footage, the ZowieBox is built for you. Here are some of the key features: HDMI input and zero lag output. At its core, ZowieBox has an HDMI input for your video source and an HDMI output for pass-through or monitoring. You can input up to 4K Ultra HD video, even at high frame rates, and it provides a zero lag HDMI loop-through to your TV or monitor. In other words, if you plug in a PlayStation or Xbox or camera, you can still play it on your TV with no added delay, while the ZowieBox captures and streams the feed. The ZowieBox can also decode network video streams and output them via HDMI in up to 4K resolution. This means if you have a live stream coming in over the network, such as an NDI stream, an SRT feed, or an RTMP or RTSP stream, the ZowieBox can act as a receiver and play it on a big screen or projector. This dual role as encoder when you need to send video out and decoder when you need to bring video in is super handy. The HDMI output also supports HDR10, HDR12, and Dolby Vision. Overall, the HDMI in and out setup makes ZowieBox a flexible hub. It's an HDMI capture device, a zero latency splitter, and an IP video receiver all at once. But it doesn't stop there, because we also have NDI HX3 support. One of the headline features is that ZowieBox is NDI HX3 certified. NDI is becoming a popular protocol for sending high-quality video over local networks. HX3 is the latest high-efficiency version with even better video quality and lower latency. You can plug your camera or console into ZowieBox and have it appear as a source in OBS, vMix, or other NDI-enabled software on any PC in the network with very low delay. The device encodes the HDMI signal to an NDI HX3 stream that travels over Ethernet or Wi-Fi. So for streamers, this is awesome because it allows PC-free streaming, dual PC-style workflows without a capture card, and multi-camera networking across your entire studio. You've also got UVC to HDMI. The ZowieBox has a USB port and can take a USB webcam feed and convert it to HDMI or a network stream. You can plug in a webcam directly into the box and output it to HDMI or send it as an NDI stream. It won't act as a USB capture card for a PC though, so the USB port is for input rather than output. It supports UVC up to 4K 30 or 1080p 60 depending on your webcam. You've also got standalone streaming. The ZowieBox can directly stream your video to online platforms or remote locations. It supports RTMP, RTMP-S, and SRT. You can plug in your console or camera, enter your stream key, and go live right from the device. It can stream and record simultaneously up to 60 frames per second. It's able to take 4K or high frame rate inputs and downscale them as needed for typical platforms like YouTube or Twitch. As a hardware encoder, it takes the load off of your gaming PC or camera so your performance stays smooth. In addition, the ZowieBox can record up to 4K directly to a micro SD card, USB flash drive, or a NAS. You can stream and record at the same time. For creators, this means you get a clean, high-quality recording for later editing, even if your internet stream is limited by your bitrate. Being able to record without a PC makes it a great portable capture device. I'm a big fan of the design. It's compact, aluminum, and mountable with a standard tripod thread. It supports power over Ethernet, which means a single Ethernet cable can power it, or you can power it via USB-C from a charger or power bank. Connectivity includes gigabit Ethernet, built-in Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi hotspot mode. The ZowieBox is controlled through a web interface on any device. You power it up, connect it to your network, plug in your video source, find its IP address, and open the control dashboard in your browser. You can configure encoder or decoder mode, streaming settings, NDI mode, resolution, bitrate, PTZ control, tally settings, networks, and more. Once configured, it's nearly plug and play. The built-in LCD shows status like streaming or idle, so you don't have to rely on the web interface constantly. Thanks to being a dedicated device, it's stable for long streams without the headaches of software or operating system issues. The ZowieBox can handle up to a 4K 60 input and even higher frame rates for 1080p inputs. It supports HDR formats including HDR10, HLG, and Dolby Vision. HDMI loopout is zero lag. NDI HX3 encoding is visually clean with very low latency. Local recordings are stable thanks to hardware encoding. Network bandwidth for NDI HX3 is moderate and works well over gigabit Ethernet or strong Wi-Fi. SRT support helps with reliable long-distance streaming. Overall image quality is excellent, and the device holds up without frame rate drops or stutters. However, there are some limitations and caveats to be aware of. It can't function as a USB capture card for a PC. While it can pass through and ingest 4K 60, streaming is generally capped to 4K 30 or 1080p 60, which is standard for most platforms though anyway. Wi-Fi performance depends on your network, and wired Ethernet is recommended for critical work. Be aware, some of these advanced features do have a learning curve, so be prepared to open up the manual. There's also no internal battery, so you'll need power via USB or power over Ethernet. Most of these limitations are expected for this kind of device, but I did want to point them out so you're aware. Now let's talk about some use cases. Console streamers can stream in high quality without a PC. PC streamers can offload encoding to the ZowieBox for better performance. IRL and event streamers can pair it with a camera and mobile hotspot for portable live streaming and backup recording. Multi-camera productions can use multiple ZowieBox units to bring HDMI cameras into an NDI workflow with tally lights and network switching. Remote contributors can send SRT or RTMP feeds for podcasts, competitions, or live events. So, if you're a streamer or content creator who wants flexibility and a simpler workflow, the ZowieBox is a strong option. It combines NDI, SRT, RTMP, recording, and decoding in one tiny box. It lets console gamers stream PC free, it lets PC gamers avoid performance hits, and helps multi-camera studios move toward IP workflows at a friendly price. It's powerful, portable, and easy to use. The downsides are mostly around just that advanced learning curve and relying on a solid network, but that's going to be typical for any streaming device. For creators who want a versatile all-in-one streaming solution, the ZowieBox is really worth considering. I've got the quick start guide here in front of me, always good when it comes to the manual and it just tells you what to do. We've got a QR code here on the front that I could scan when you plug it in to your network. It gives you an IP address, you type that IP address and you get into this login. If you don't want to run it on your network, Ethernet or Wi-Fi, your local network, you can connect directly to the ZowieBox via hotspot, which is on by default, and it says it on the hardware. You can connect directly to it from your phone if you'd like. I'm gonna go the LAN Ethernet route, username admin. Ta-da! First of all, I get to see my camera. That's nice. Boom, right off the bat. Always nice to open up a browser page and it's just working. That's good. It's not getting audio levels, but that's okay because I don't have audio plugged into that camera. But we've got the camera feed, so that's good for what's plugged in. And I've got lots of buttons here, setting and log out. That log out button, if I hit it, oh man, that's a big button for logging out. Oh my goodness. Up here, we've got camera. All right, let's go into settings and see what we got here. So memory, it's using a decent amount right now. CPU, low usage, good. NDI encoder is off. I want that on. I got this to do NDI. So let's see if we can get that working. Mainstream, secondary stream. Okay. Output format, loop out, on screen display. Not started, canvas live video, input, system, NDI, here we go. Activate NDI, activated. Okay, it is activated. So how do I turn it on then? Startup time, network, Wi-Fi. We've got PTZ and tally, which really don't matter for this setup. Input, resolution 4K 30, so we're good there. Audio, flip mode disabled. Encoder, here we go. Do I need a multicam timestamp sync? Okay. H.264 profile resolution, frame rate, mainstream. If I save that, does it activate or was it already active? Same thing for the secondary stream. I'll just save it just to be safe. Okay, success, output format, loop out, mute, output format, video out. Loop out, I think just means keep it the same. Okay, save. Here we go, found it. Of course, it's under streaming. That's where it ought to be. And I just didn't see it before. Enable NDI, that's what we want. Quality, we can go all the way up to HX3. That's pretty cool. Live, what is the difference? Let's do high quality and see what issues we run into. ZowieBox, that's fine. Group is public. Multicast, what do we got? If the NDI screen plays slowly, the network environment maybe not be suitable for multicast. I don't know what multicast is. NDI discovery. What's that? IP address? Let me just go with the defaults. Task takes effect on restart. Well, how do I restart? System, logs, upgrade. Is there an upgrade? Oh, restart. Oh, it's under default menu. I found that by accident. Are you sure you want to restart? I absolutely do. Nice, we're gonna log back in. All right, we're not getting video signal. Interesting. Yep, we're still waiting for memory and status things to come online. I wonder how long that's gonna take. Oh, here we go. Login authentication expired, login again. Okay, totally fine. Now let's try and be ready. Here we go. There's the camera. It's underexposed, but that's okay. I can always change that. Now we are active with streaming. Yes, with NDI, it's enabled. It says it's enabled. Am I able to find it as a source? That's the big question. NDI, there it is. Incredible. NDI, here we go. Okay, so now you have showing technical infrastructure. How do I convey what just happened? So let me talk you through it. Okay, so this is obviously this main camera. This has nothing to do with NDI. This camera right now has an HDMI cable running out of it into the ZowieBox. That ZowieBox, I have control here on my computer screen through the IP. It's on the local network. And in here, I was able to activate NDI. Now, I'm not recording on this camera. This camera is going HDMI, being converted to NDI, and I'm getting this video signal on the YOLO box right here. All these, see those all plugged in here, HDMIs? The HDMI is not being plugged in. It's all through the local network, Ethernet, NDI. So imagine if you have a camera, if you can convert that HDMI to NDI, now any device on that network can see that video stream, and that's what I'm doing. That's the purpose of this. That's why I wanted it. This camera is HDMI into the YOLO Box Extreme. On the YOLO Box, I have HDMI inputs. This camera is one of them, but that's a wire. It's a cord, it's a cable you run from the camera to the box. What if instead you could pull a camera from anywhere as long as it was connected to your Wi-Fi or your local network? I'm going to show you how to do that because that is the power of NDI. So in the YOLO box here, you can see that I can simply add a video source and you get this nice little splash page, this nice little screen. And if I pick NDI, you'll see it only takes a brief moment. less than 30 seconds. I can select that ZowieBox, hit done, and now I have my camera pulled in. Not HDMI, NDI. In the software, on that camera control, that live page, what you're looking at here is HDMI into the ZowieBox. That ZowieBox is connected to the internet, either Wi-Fi or Ethernet, either way. It could be in a totally different room, separate from here. As long as we're on the same network, I can go into those settings and activate under my streaming settings, NDI. And once I get NDI, I can pull it into the YOLO box, and there's my camera. It's probably out of sync right now because of the signal flow. This microphone is going to a different camera, so I'm guessing this is out of sync. Versus this angle, right? So I can fix that with tweaking the settings and playing around with some of the adjustments. But as far as plug and play goes, this did exactly what I wanted. It took a camera, converted the HDMI to NDI, and the YOLO box was able to pick it up immediately to the point where I can just have this other source pulled in as a feed. And now I could do a complete multicam switch from all my sources, whatever I'm using, whether it's HDMI plugged in on the YOLO box, or if it's NDI via the ZowieBox, or NDI via a phone app, because that's the other cool thing you can do with NDI. So I have my phone here, right? It's a simple app called NDI HX Camera. There's a few of them. They all kind of work more or less the same way. I've got the NDI HX Camera app on here, and I can, in the YOLO box, go add another source, NDI, and you're going to see it's going to pull some stuff in. Now I've got my iPhone Air. That's the HX camera right there. So now you can actually see what I see. So I'm showing you in real time. It's just a phone. There's nothing plugged in. It's all wireless, all Wi-Fi. In an instant, I was able to add that source. And then you can see here, it comes in as its own source. So this is the YOLO Box Extreme. You can see all the wired inputs, but this isn't one of them. This is an iPhone. There's that camera. There's the HDMI running down to the ZowieBox that's converting it to NDI. So that is also kind of on this wireless NDI network that I'm kind of building. Main camera's over there, other camera, and the box here. Let me show you something even cooler, because I can add another NDI video source. So we're going to do that right now. NDI, bring it up. You'll see that I've got some other stuff here. So OBS can stream out an NDI feed, and I can pull that in. And I'll show you what that looks like. So that right here is what you're looking at. That's an NDI feed from OBS streaming other cameras, all in real time. Now there is some latency, of course, but the audio and video is both delayed an equal amount. So there you have that OBS feed in real time streaming via NDI. And then I can go back to my phone. And here's my phone showing you, again, all wireless. Nothing's connected here. It's just a phone. And I'm in my YOLO box. And then I'm back to that NDI input. And I can go to that OBS feed that I showed you that I set up. I can go to the ZowieBox. That's that camera right there. Reverse image. See, I'm showing you. Super powerful stuff once you start connecting those dots and putting those pieces together, realizing I don't need to run HDMI from every single camera to a central hub, like a traditional switcher. In traditional production, you'd have SDI or HDMI, and you'd be running cable from every camera to the main box. Now that's probably ideal for sync, for speed, lowest latency possible. That is probably ideal. But if you want a central hub, your switchboard, but you don't want to run cable from every camera, let's say it's a big distance, far away. You don't have time, you don't have the length of cable. It's just structurally not feasible. You can wirelessly run video from multiple sources, either a phone or the ZowieBox, because remember, it can be Wi-Fi enabled too, and you can get video signal just via your Wi-Fi, just via your local network, just via your router. So as long as everything's connected to that same Wi-Fi mesh local area network, whether it's hardlined in or wireless, either one will work. You now have the flexibility to add sources via NDI if you have software that can accommodate it. OBS, there's an NDI plugin for that. The YOLO box has NDI support, and this ZowieBox also lets you beam in HDMI to NDI. Really cool, powerful stuff. And this is just scratching the surface.